What's up guys, this is Waffles and welcome back to some more Medieval 2. Today we're going to be taking a look at this awesome 2 vs 2 featuring Leo 2000 from Arm Clan and Black Knight from Arm Clan, and they're going to be facing off against Nameless Order and Bismarck. So it looks like we have some action coming up over here. Black Knight is sending his Stratiots around to try to get some kills on these Pavi's crossbowmen. It looks like Bismarck's going to respond by using his Norman Knights. Now Stratiots are a lot faster than Norman Knights, so let's see if he can catch them. It looks like he's going to catch them. The great thing about Stratiots is they switch to their maces really quickly, so they can really do a lot of damage. Even though they're light cavalry versus heavy cavalry, you'll see that their numbers don't really end up the same. These guys have 26 men left, and these guys have 20... Alright, well, about the same. So it looks like the Stratiots are finding their intended target. They're gonna wreck this unit down from 60 down to 30, 39, 37. But he's got to be careful with this light cav. They're already wavering. And that's the thing about Stratiots, or using cavalry as an offensive target against your enemy's Pavi's crossbows. You want to be really careful that they don't rout. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where now suddenly you have 5 cav units versus 6 cav units, because that extra cav unit can really flank around and hit you in the rear. And luckily, Black Knight Stratiots have come back to the battle, but they only have 10 men left compared to 24 men for Bismarck. So we're going to take a look at the armies really quickly, starting with Venice, and he's got 4 Knights Hospitallers, he's got his General's Bodyguard, his unit of Stratiots, he's got his pike wall with infantry amongst them. He should really bring these up a little bit more. You really want to have 2 men sticking out in front of the pike wall, and he has 4 Pavi's crossbowmen. Taking a look at Leo's army, he has 4 Pavi's crossbows, 4 units of chivalric Knights cavalry. Oh wait, no, these are Knights of Santiago. And he's got a unit of fast conquistadors. And this is kind of how you want to have your pike line. You want to have at least 2 men in front of the pikemen so that they can protect the pikemen, so that the pikemen actually keep their pikes down. He's got conquistadors, General's Bodyguard, and more conquistadors. And his enemy, Nameless Order, he is HRE, and he has pike militia with a bunch of dismounted feudal knights and a couple of Imperials in there. It looks like he didn't upgrade his Teutonic Knights, which, I mean, it can be a problem, I guess, especially in a sustained cavalry melee engagement. But really, these guys look so cool even without it. You know what, it doesn't really matter. And lastly, we have Sicily, commanded by Bismarck. He has a unit of Norman Knights, he has 4 chivalric Knights, he has a unit of General's Bodyguard, and he has Norman Knights and pike militia. And he's also doing the same thing that Black Knight's doing, that he doesn't have his infantry at least 2 men in front of the pike wall. I think Nameless Order did do this correctly. Well, kind of. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to move forward to the end of the skirmish phase, because it is pretty long. And we're back, guys, just in time to watch these Stratiots try and kill some Pavi's crossbows. Will they get there in time, though? It looks like these chivalric Knights are going to try to stop them. And they will. We have some more Hospitallers coming in from Venice, and Norman Knights coming in as well. Oh no, looks like Black Knight's Stratiots are routing. And that's not good. That's a unit that he could have used to rear charge an engaged enemy infantry line. Bismarck's bringing up his pike militia to try to support the cav fight, and that's going to make Black Knight kind of run away. you don't want to get involved with pikes. But it looks like Bismarck gave the order to retreat too late, and now his chivalric knights are going to get caught up and surrounded. And it looks like these Norman knights are also surrounded. So that's not good for Bismarck. He might lose these 2 cav units, and then he'll be down to just 4. Yeah, it looks like he might lose this unit. And that's really not good for him. He's bringing up the pike militia for support. And there's a couple of Knights Hospitallers that are dying. Oh, yeah, but look, his chivalric knights are breaking. And there goes his Norman knights too. And now his general's trying to fight off this pike militia. You gotta be careful doing that. You don't want your general to get killed by a pike. And I think Bismarck kind of pushed a little bit too much on this side. He really should have supported this with more units, or just straight up attack, just like he's doing now. Looks like he's bringing up his pike militia in front to protect his infantry. And he's faking a charge on these 2 Hospitaller units. That's very good. Nameless Order is going to join him. He's going to support him with 3 cavalry. And Leo sees this. He's going to send in some cav support now. Or at least I think he's going to. They're falling back on this side. And yeah, Leo's going to send him some cav support here. Oh, but he's going to get his Pavis crossbows out in the open. Those Teutonic Knights just killed off a unit of his Pavis crossbows. And we have Sicily's chivalric knights trying to flank around on this side. They're being stopped by Hospitallers. He should really push up this unit of pike militia to fight with these Hospitallers for support. And on the right, it looks like his general's involved in the fight, trying to fight off the Hospitallers. You got chivalric knights, and he could really use this unit too. We have a massive cav fight on the left side. There's Teutonic Knights, chivalric knights, Knights of Santiago. And Nameless Order is going to go around his flank, it looks like. He's kind of not going to engage on this side. It looks like he's going to go wrap around Leo's flanks with his infantry. And Leo's in a little bit of trouble here on his left flank. He's fighting 2 units of chivalric knights with Knights of Santiago and his general's bodyguard. He's got to be very careful not to lose his general that way.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And yeah, look at this. It's pretty weird. He's just attacking on one side. He's really trying to skirt around Leo's defense. He's breaking a Pavis crossbow unit there, and he's bringing in his pikemen for support. So let's take a look at this side of the battlefield. Oh, and Sicily is getting a nice hammer and anvil charge on Venice's infantry. And it looks like he has almost nothing on his left flank to protect his left flank. All his cavalry is gone. All his cavalry is gone except for his general. So he's really got no protection on his left flank, and he's just wide open to cav charges at the moment. So it's not looking very good for Venice. And he's got a bunch of dismounted broken lances that can swoop around his flank at any time. And this cavalry is just going unchecked. He doesn't have much of a response to the cavalry or the infantry, so it looks like he may not be around for much longer. And he's really got to be careful here. Those units routing can really cause a chain rout of his whole army. And it looks like that might be it for Venice. And there goes Venice's general. So I think Venice is going to be out of this fight. And then it's going to be Sicily versus HRE. Sicily and HRE versus Spain. And Spain is really, he's managed to surround this pocket of infantry here. And he's getting some nice rear charges here. And HRE is trying to do the same. Getting charges into the backs of conquistadors. And on this side, it looks like Spain's forces are not having a good time versus the general's bodyguard. But Nameless Order really needs to move his infantry. He needs to try to finish off Leo as soon as quickly. And this pocket of infantry is just going to break. So that's good news for Leo here on this side. Now he'll be able to form a solid front against this new threat, HRE and Sicily. Sicily's got a bunch of pretty healthy infantry units left over. Some are down in the teens, and he's got a few pike militia, but nothing to really worry about. These units might be a concern, but they do have slightly more cav than Leo, I think. He's got his general's bodyguard over here for HRE, and there's some chivalric knights, and he still has his general alive, so that's the most important thing. And there's a bunch of Pavi's crossbows left over for Sicily. Meanwhile, Leo's army, he only has 2 units of Pavi's crossbows left, and they're pretty depleted. He's got his conquistadors and his pike militia in somewhat healthy numbers, and he's got some cav left over, so it could be a somewhat even fight. It looks like the balance of power is at 78% to Leo and 75% to his enemies. And so the armies are now reforming. They're trying to catch their breath. They should really try to skirmish, but it looks like Leo's not going to let them catch their breath and skirmish him down, which is the right thing to do because he doesn't have skirmishing superiority like these guys do. They still have 3 units on HRE's side and I think 3 more on Sicily's side. HRE general trying to catch these conquistadors, and the other general was trying to catch the conquistadors too, but Leo did a very smart thing. He ran his infantry back so that they wouldn't get charged, and he actually managed to outrun this cav unit. And now the general's at risk of getting killed by pike militia and getting surrounded, so he really has to get out of there. Leo gets a nice charge here on the back of this unit of pike militia, and it looks like that might win him the game. General's bodyguards running behind Sicily's line. Pike militia are here. We have conquistadors fighting against huge groups of imperial knights and feudal knights. They may be conquistadors, but they're severely outnumbered, so they need backup ASAP. Leo's conquistadors getting a nice charge on the general's bodyguard, and it looks like they may be able to win this fight over here. They really need to hammer and anvil their way
intervention
to
by
victory.
the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring us victory from this disgrace.
And it looks like they're breaking Sicily's center. That extra pike militia is really helping them out. Sicily's general is running away. He's trying to stay alive for the morale of his men, but his men are breaking anyway. And HRE's infantry is trying to keep the fight going, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to stop Spain. The general's trying to kill Spain's general. Spain's general is down to 3 men.
Praise to our Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general. Now
and there goes HRE's general.
heart.
So that's not very good for this infantry here. They're severely outnumbered now. You have a pike militia fighting against conquistadors. And Leo's general is going ham, trying to kill off any skirmishers. So
I blessed. The enemy general is dead. We have sent the idiot to
and
hell.
I think that was Sicily's general. So it looks like Leo and Black Knight might have this battle wrapped up. They have way more infantry. Their cav is still alive, and it's routing all their other units and chasing them down. So yeah, I think this might be the battle. You still have some infantry here, some pike militia, and some dismounted Imperial Knights trying to make a desperate last
military
stand.
genius can bring us victory from this disgrace.
But against these conquistadors and cavalry in the rear,
swinging in our favor. From such
it's going to be too much for them, and they're going to break.
Emerge.
Reinforcements come in, but I think it might be too little, too late.
It's unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Here comes Leo's general charging into those pike militia to the side.
Fate has been kind to us and delivered us victory. It could easily have been us out there, slain and defeated on the field.
And yeah, there's the battle, guys. Good job. So good job, Leo. Good job, Bismarck, getting most kills on your team. And let's take a look at Leo's kills. Looks like 123 for his Knights of Santiago, 118 for his dismounted conquistadors. And yeah, GG guys. This was a really close game, especially near the end. But Leo managed to pull it off for his team. So good job, Leo. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.